Tanzania has long been skeptical of genetically modified crops. The government has health and safety concerns and aims to protect its smallholder farmers who account for the vast majority of its agricultural producers. But neighboring country Kenya has lifted a ban on GMO food production. Due to Kenya's food security challenges, GMO crops are now seen as a way to unlock food supply and ease hunger for millions of people in the country.
They compared with what they need. They looked at issues of climate change because you have much less land that can produce what you need. You also have the challenge of you need drought-resistant crops, and you have also biological stresses such as insects, pests, etc. to your crops, growing populations, growing youth populations, childhood malnutrition. And they figured maybe if they add this arm to the agricultural sector, it can improve, and let's see.
Tanzania says it's sticking to organic agriculture instead of genetically modified organisms methods in order to minimize the effects of climate change. But scientists say GMO farming is not inherently environmentally unfriendly. Despite Tanzania's approach, agricultural trade experts say Kenya's decision might affect the whole region.
And our borders are very porous. In a way, we cannot stop maize from Kenya coming to Tanzania. There is no way. As you're speaking right now, there are a lot of maize going to Kenya which are being done informally. And we expect the same way it will be done from Kenya to Tanzania. And since their maize will be very cheap, and as you know, farmers, they're always looking for cheaper things. Farmers, all citizens are looking for to reduce the cost of living. So in any way, maize from Kenya will come to Tanzania.
Biotech experts say, despite the concerns, careful measures are taken before a country allows the use of GMO agriculture.
When people work on GM crops, etc., or GM foods, as you like to say, they go through a process of regulation. So it's not a wild, wild west where anyone can just decide to clone whatever they want and plant it. No, you have, even in Tanzania, you have a whole national biosafety framework. And it has a process about how to get permits, and they go through what gene you want to put in, history of that gene, the potential side effects of that gene, and the even criteria that if the gene is known historically to have allergic reactions, it's usually a no-no.
In 2021, Tanzania's government cancelled research trials involving genetically modified organisms. Instead, it put in place tighter scrutiny of improved genetically modified seeds. Authorities here say they are closely monitoring Kenya's decision to allow GMO foods, but they insist that it has no effect on Tanzania. It's not yet clear what extra measures the government will take to prevent GMO crops from entering the country. Daniel Kijo, CGTN, Dar es Salaam.